Here's Darrell Young with space and time. Only finds the feet of one of his players, Aboyomi George. Finally building some patience. Presentation. Almost gifting it cheaply to St. Anthony's College, but they could be in here to Barclay. Keeper is there and the keeper is brave. Well, this could open up here. Just didn't make the right connection, and St. Anthony's trying to clear their lines. But Presentation College could still find a way in, and all eyes on the referee, Andrew Samuels, who says that's not a foul, so play will continue. Good time to welcome all of our viewers on YouTube. We do apologize for a late start. We're happy that you're here, though, to capture this bit of action.
I tell you what, James, I think Coach Cooper, if he was to see that, he probably would have started back the
tongue wars.
The tongue wars, because it certainly looked like there was contact there. But I'm not sure if it was in the box or just on the line of the box, or outside the box for that matter.
Wilson Wright. And losing that dancing battle. We'll be back with Presentation College. Wearing the armband today, Wilson Wright for St. Anthony's College. This is probing, only finds Francois. Anybody's ball now, it falls to a red and white player. God, it's almost like watching tennis at the moment, Brent. Just trading possession.
Yeah, and a lot of it is because the team has really wanted to take their time in possession and be a little bit more thoughtful in their passes. Which is very strange, because you have almost a perfect facility for passing the football. That's, again, errant. Seen a lot of that so far, as you rightfully mentioned, James. Really just need to settle down a bit. And a lot of it as well, James, comes down to the receiver of the pass and making sure position-wise, body position-wise, is right. Because when it does come to you, you have to know what's your next pass. This is going to be close.
Oh, all's well that ends well. Michael Lazarus getting the job done.
Yeah. For a moment there, I thought that he would have been second to that one.
Tried to use his body as a shield and illegally intercepted from him. Will be a St. Anthony's free kick.
Yeah, and look at this here. Lazarus deciding late. A bit of miscommunication there. Eventually, he gets a toe to it. That was ever so close. Well, he did get his... you have to be alert as a goalkeeper, James. It's known as a sweeper keeper these days. Not just on the defensive side of things, but obviously on the offensive side as well. You expect it to be part of building out of the back. So the modern-day goalkeeper have probably a bit more attributes than in your time, James.
Yeah, it was always a loose screw. I'm not sure they called it that back then.
Well, at least you have singing and acting as part of your portfolio now. I'm not sure most modern-day goalkeepers have that.
There we go, 1-up. Oh, this is a long way to test the goalkeeper, and they will give him the examination, but it needed more accuracy. There's many debate about the modern super keeper. I mean, you talk about Angie Onana to Manchester United fans, and they've got a different opinion. Some prefer the old-fashioned. Of course, Manuel Neuer, within this year at least, popularizing it. It's confirmation of Jones' yellow card. Prior to that, though, you'd argue that coming up as a young goalkeeper myself, the likes of Jose Luis Chilavert, the Chilean goalkeeper, and of course Jorge Campos would have been doing that for a long time before that.
They were called flamboyant. They won't call modern day goalkeepers.
And of course, fans even a little older, like our director, Kerry, of course, he might remember Rene Higuita, the Colombian keeper.
Well, he's the epitome of flamboyant. Even the here to Booth as well. Of course, remember his scorpion save in Wembley, the old Wembley. Still, of course, images of that echoes through.
There's some space opening up at the park at the moment. St. Anthony's College trying to find a way forward. And now they come forward.
Yeah, again, it's way to pass. It's really been the story of the half so far. It's a kind of surface that it doesn't need a whole lot of purchase of it when you're passing the football. What it does need is consideration in the way you administer the weight on the pass, because it is going to go through. As I said, the surface had a little sprinkling of rain in the build-up to this game, and that has made this surface very slick. I think both coaches would be disappointed in the first 20 minutes or so. Not a lot of possessions or passes strung together. And,
so just one yellow card so far, and went to Joseph and not to Jones, as you might have seen earlier. Well, how about that for a caution? Forcing the goalkeeper into action, and it's the first time that we have seen any of the goalkeepers really called into action. Oh, Young. And there we go again.
Ball that was placed into the box. I tell you what, I would prefer that if I was a coach, James. As unconventional as it may have looked, the fact that he got it away from goal, I think, is the key. Jiminy Jackson in goal for St. Anthony's College. And I'm very sure, James, you would appreciate the fact that if you're not sure that you can catch the football, there's nothing wrong with punching it away.
When in doubt, cough it out. Oh, here's some smart feet and maybe a smart shot, well charged down. And it's a colorful boot to try get it away, running into traffic this time. And this time, Andrew Samuels isn't pleased by the challenge. Always a vocal figure, Michael Lazarus. Last free kick from this distance. It's an attempted goal. Half committed, 5 white shirts in the area. Goes in search of one of them. And might have come off a blue shirt, so it's a throw to St. Anthony's College. Well, the tussle here, St. Anthony's winning the lock of the bunks, and just couldn't wrap his boot around it. It will be a goal kick to presentation. How do you sum up what we've seen so far in the first half? I'll tell you about that. First, download the SportsMax app today. Get it on Google Play and at the Apple App Store. And you can catch all of the action in the Secondary Schools Football League as well as the ISA Schoolboy Football in Jamaica by downloading the SportsMax app.
Well, James, to answer your earlier question in terms of an assessment of what we've seen so far, it's been a hurrying, hustling, uncontrolled attempt by both teams, which have seen this game lack fluidity and really lack any sort of pattern. As we see a very early substitution, it must be injury.
Oh, they're just as bemused as you are. Made a trip from West Moorings to see the Tigers in action. And, well, there's a new man in. And already a change being made. K.L. Elliott is the man coming in. And the man who received the yellow card earlier, Joseph, is the man replaced Isaiah Joseph. Well, he's got space ahead of him. And Boyce, a 1v1 situation, waits for the cavalry. Finds Young. Here's George. Clement. Flag stays down. Looking to find a yard of space to thump one in. Jiminy Jackson thought for a second of coming and, well, just flashed past his left upright. And Boyce getting one on frame, just wide of the mark.
Yeah, ball comes into the box, a high cross. Both players under it, Boyce with the header. I would say that Jiminy Jackson looks second best if it was to be on frame.
Presentation College getting the two best chances early in the first half. George. And there's a whistle. Possession will be granted back to St. Anthony's College. Well, they do defend very deep, Presentation College. High boots. And this one will be a high ball to challenge. Away by Obayami George. Well, they've done well to keep it here. The substitute involved. And maybe now St. Anthony's College can find space. Well, Ferris wheel turn. Opens up a yard of space and he tries to get it in behind. And Miller just second best to that one. But St. Anthony's College for a second. Stretching Presentation.
Yeah, it was a good turn by the captain, Wilson Wright. And an impressive pass out that just didn't find his target. But that's better.
Certainly not lacking in intensity, St. Anthony's College. Just need an end product, none there. This Presentation come away with it. Clement. Just losing his footing, or was he chipped? Referee seeming to agree that he might have been tripped up there by that man in your picture, Rose. He's done well to ride that challenge. Running into traffic. Vital touch, giving possession back to Presentation College. Well, here's Boyce. Thought pattern a bit more imaginative than his co-teammates, scared to figure out. Or maybe some space now for St. Anthony's College. And that might be a bit too long for the intended target, Thomas. But he's got Young who's found some space, and the goalkeeper, Germany Jackson, alert and ready. And again, talk about the weight of the passes. How important is that as a learning tool for young players?
I think one of the things you assess as a player when you come onto the pitch is just how much the ball, or how quickly the ball rolls on the surface. You find that out quite quickly. And of course, without going into the different type of grass surfaces, you do know that when a ball is coming into you in the warm-up, you can tell the kind of pace that you yourself need to put on it when you're making the pass. And within the warm-ups, they should have known exactly what would be needed in a game like this. And I'm a bit surprised that we're going close to 29 minutes, and both teams have struggled really to read that aspect of it.
It's Worrell, Young, Obayami George, Cooper looking for Clement. Ball picked out by the St. Anthony's defender. Will be a presentation through. Oh, that's well controlled, and the execution though lacking as he sailed high over the crossbar. Well, that's a good touch. Needed another one. They win back possession. KL just lingering a bit longer than he would have liked, and St. Anthony's College will try to find a man in behind again. But again, Young is well positioned, and Lazarus happy to pick up. Boyce second best to that challenge. It's Miller. Can't keep it in. Would be a fresh throw. Oh, this is perhaps the man with the most touches on the football so far in the opening 30 minutes. Terrell Young, he's been always present to receive it both on the offensive and defensive end. And talking about defense, that's illegal defensive move.
Yeah, and I'm sure the referee has taken exception to this, and of course Cooper goes into the book. It's a good run there, breaking lines by Crovado, getting ahead there and just getting a touch. Set place in a dangerous position in the field. Of course, Coach Cooper looking on with despair and disbelief. And of course, Coach Bato is looking with optimism.
Oh, will the optimism be matched with good piece of technique? Castang is standing over this as Lazarus ensures that his protection is set. Can Ishmael Castang provide some magic for St. Anthony's College? Well, they'll have to practice. Not a bad effort though. It's a fully shot on target really for St. Anthony's College so far. Barkley, Young. His pass is intercepted. Will be a throw. So top left, confirmation of the punishment. meted out to the son of the coach for Presentation College. Cody Cooper. Well, this is clever. Space could open up, needed a better pass. That was lacking though, and the Presentation will come away to Braffett. It's Clement. And they're finding some space now. Boyce ahead of him. And Clement, well charged down in the end. A lot more promising from Presentation College as St. Anthony survives the onslaught. Here's Obayami George, his touch a bit heavy. And how often have we seen Tio Cravador open doors only to send the ball too long for his intended target? Braffett couldn't find Young with the reverse. Still do keep possession. Young, of course, playing in the left-back position. Presentation College might remember one of their brightest talents would have played in that position in the past. Akeem Adams, former national team player and Ferencváros player in Finland. Fortunately, or hungry for that matter, unfortunately passed away some years ago due to a heart attack, but he certainly has been among the top players produced in that position from Presentation College.
Of course, Avery John as well, the left back position.
Oh, spoiled for choices. It's 10 minutes remaining in the first half. The first half that hasn't produced any spark of magic, only glimpses. Oh, who's up for some nuts and maybe some of candy, whatever he's got in his mouth. Popular nuts vendor here in Trinidad and Tobago. They're almost local comedians, the peanut vendors.
And you have to be creative to sell your product. And certainly our nuts vendors here in Trinidad and Tobago has found ways to be creative if telling a joke is important to selling, as we see some of the sellable points in this game, and that's the stats. 53% possession, 46 for St. Anthony's. I'm a bit surprised with the pass completion. 67% to Presentation, 62%. We've seen a lot of errant passes and miscontrol by teams, by both teams I should say. But despite all of that, it's still quite high in the pass completion. Not by international standards, it isn't, but certainly from what we've seen in the SSFL this season, it's higher than normal.
George. Well, he had the right idea. Germany Jackson made himself a big target. Braffett, Young. It's well defended. And the touch too heavy. Well, Boyce is a one-man army at the moment. Has he been tugged? There's a whistle, but it is for a foul against St. Anthony's College. Tell you what, many eyebrows were raised around the stadium, wondering exactly what direction that whistle was going to blow in.
It looked like he may have strayed in a offside position. You see the referee, the assistant referee on the side, waving his flag. But he is a handful. Just wonder if he has enough support when he goes on those types of runs.
Profit does well to keep possession, but he
that's
given away here.
He's lucky.
God, he's found a way through the lines, but it's well defended again by Young. Oh, high elbow from Boyce, but he escapes the punishment. And he has been an isolated figure in attack, Boyce. Oh, he's not isolated, he's got company. Miller. Miller couldn't find a way through. Profit. George. Well, they're connecting now. It's Obayami George looking for Clement. Germany Jackson would get there first. Now he's increasingly finding more space. Miller out wide. Francois. Wilson right. And away by Obayami George. Clock ticking down to the end of the first half. We spoke at the start of this broadcast about the lack of goals scored by Presentation College. 15 scored by them this season, among the lowest, at least in the top half of the standings. Oh, certainly didn't make. Just 4 teams in this year's competition have scored less goals than Presentation College.
Let me guess, they're all in the bottom 3.
Well, certainly 3 of them in the bottom 3. You add Speyside high to that list. There we go, you rounded off. Well, this is something boys can chase. Crovador. Dog might be in trouble. Toss ball to wiggle free. Looking for Miller. That's a good tackle. And he's got space and time to pick out a pass. Maybe choosing the wrong option in that occasion. Again, Young making himself useful, winning back possession for Presentation College. Profit utilizing the space advantage. Well, this is promising. Clement went up high and off target. Young can keep it alive. Obayami George want to get it back in dangerous areas. Turning away from danger, Clement. A lot more patience being exhibited. Out of his reach, and perhaps the best spell of possession that we've seen from Presentation College all game.
Yeah, the best spell of possession by both teams collectively.
And of course, you can capture it all on the SportsMax app. Download it today. Get it on Google Play and the Apple App Store. And you can capture all of the action right here in the SSFL and the ESA.
I said a lot of what has happened so far has been rushed and harried. I think in that particular occasion there, that passage of play from Presentation College, there was a lot of thought and patience in what they did.
On Trinity College East, and all the news coming from there is that Fatima lead by 2-0. Certainly not something St. Benedict College fans would be too happy about. Enough time maybe for one of these teams to give us a goal. A win for St. Anthony's College. On a similar 22 points with St. Anthony's, despite being 2 places below for that matter. They themselves can put themselves in that position, so lots to play for in terms of rounding off the top 5. Both teams playing here today. The points table. That'll be almost to the end of the time that has been added. It's almost been a wins a fall. Now Andrew Samuels will give them something to think about for the next 15 minutes. Presentation College, though, did have some opportunities. Well, and that's as close as they came. St. Anthony's College. Let's see what the numbers tell us as we dig deep, and look at that, just 6 shots in the match.
The passes, you all spoke about both teams rushing the game. I mean, what do you make of the first half?
It needs to be better in many aspects of the game if we are the players are here to do well and perform. To save his life, and that's the is also presentation as they start to turn the screws.
Well, they'll come again here and running into traffic this time around.
This could be trouble.
Raw strength being demonstrated.
Yeah, and he dealt with it well. And this is a current trend I'm seeing in football, and I don't like it. Players are not kicking the ball out for their opposing person on the team to get treatment. So fell awkwardly there, as you can see on the arm. That's a tough fall by Fraser. And to CEEN Presentation College players to put the ball out of touch so Fraser could get the medical treatment. It was Hayward with the clearance, that man in your screen, and not Francois. But he was alert to the danger, and it was good that he was there, because I tell you what, James, if he wasn't, it might have been 1-0 to Presentation College.
Oh, they'll have a break as he gets some water treatment. The last time that Presentation College would have been secondary school league champions. Have to go all the way back to 2017. Speyside has just taken a 1-0 lead over Chaguanas North at halftime, while Fatima continued to lead Trinity East by 2-0. Can they find a way through? They're getting a bit more space now. It's George. Young. Clement tried for the reverse pass, was well read. And a whistle will give possession back to the team in red and white.
Side, 40, Micah, Isaac.
Yeah, barging through the back. That's illegal in any format of football. Would it be 7-a-side, 5-a-side? And in this case, 11v11 regulation football. Certainly not allowed. It's a better start to the half by Presentation College. They have been able to put together a couple passes and, more importantly, a couple attacks.
Young getting the final touch, and St. Anthony's now will take possession once again. Another team that still will have their eyes on the title race will be San Juan North Secondary, who currently lead by 4-0 against St. Mary's College. And, well, all of the attackers getting on the score sheet: Jaheim Danclair, Lindell Sween, Jadel Chase Charles, and JDL Joseph, the winger. So they're certainly putting the pressure on Fatima, who don't seem affected at the moment. Well, this is promising. He's found his man here. Can he make use of the good service? Has lots of attention, and he's found a way through somehow. Whoa! That woke everybody up. Germany Jackson was prepared though. Presentation College, well, they're finding ways to knock at the door of St. Anthony's.
Well, it was innovative by Elliott. Once the ball spilled out here, tried to dink it over Jackson. That little chip just lacked a little bit more direction. was an innovative idea and really needed excellent execution. It was good execution, but certainly wasn't excellent.
Again!
Well, that was well directed. Well blocked as well. Well, the sun has come out to play, joining the boys. Did start this match with a small sprinkle and some overcast conditions. Perhaps an omen of something brighter to come in this second half. Oh, that's a foul. And another chance for perhaps something special from St. Anthony's College. And as punishment, yellow card for presentation.
Yeah, it's a third yellow card, another late challenge there. Left a mark. Abayomi. Of course, Jordan Riley enjoying.
Man they call G-Man.
Enjoying the sunshine and having a look at his alma mater play. He was the real one, as his shirt said. Terrorize defenses here in this league. And even after he's finished terrorizing, he's still here to support his colleagues. Well, his former colleagues. It's always good to see past players coming in, lending their support, and in some situations lending their expertise.
Well, you need something special to beat Lazarus from this distance. Francois thinks he has the confidence to produce it. Oh, did force a save from him. And it's a corner for St. Anthony's College. Fortune certainly favoring the Brave.
There's certainly a lot of power in it. The wall didn't hold. It was scored through to Lazarus, and despite the hefty deflection, he still had to make a save.
Can he pick out a white shirt in the area? Finds one! And just wide of the mark. Well, they haven't created many chances, but they've created nervy moments and heart-stopping moments. St. Anthony's College, whenever they've gone forward.
It was an early throw of the body to get to that by Fraser. The intentions was correct. As we have confirmation of the yellow card. George of Presentation College. Fraser there with that attempt. Again, James, the intention was correct, but the execution was off as the umbrellas come out.
Well, they were always out for a different reason this time.
Yeah, because of the blazing sun.
I'll tell you what, haven't been able to find goals in this match, and haven't been able to get back to the glory days Presentation College, but one thing they have produced, notable past alumni. Spoke about bishops and statesmen that they've produced. Another team campaigning in the Premier Division. Well, Presentation College said, hold my chubby. Of course, the Attorney General, Faris Al-Rawi, past students of Presentation College, as well as Randall Mitchell, another minister here in Trinidad and Tobago. Then you go back to Prime Ministers, Basdeo Pandey and Patrick Manning, all coming from this institution. Former President Anthony Kamuna, also a past student. And of course, if you're a culture lover, Double M, the big man, Marshall Montano, and Kester Fintala, all coming from Presentation College. Who cares about winning football matches when you can win in life by producing top pupils?
Well, certainly an array of individuals that span both entertainment and leadership. That's good football.
Skill. Add that to the list. Corner. Well, they've come out braving the weather, both rain and sunshine, and they got to see this live and in person.
Yeah, it's a good bit of play there by Jacob. Probably a step over too many. But at least there were some signs.
Oh, this is Barkley at the back door. Who's home? Oh, nobody at the moment. And St. Anthony's trying to come away with it. Well, Naparima College certainly not staying quiet. The 2019 SSFL champions. 1-0 they lead QRC at the moment. Trying to come out of tight spaces and needed a better pass. That time it was lacking. And I tell you what, that guy just to your left, sure he's browsing our SportsMax app. You can download it at the SportsMax, the App Store, Google Play, and Apple Store. And you can capture all of the action, look back at all of the skill, and check out the Secondary Schools Football League as well as the ESA Football League in Jamaica via our SportsMax app. Get it today. Oh, that's going to the highway. Long way over our heads. We'll need a new ball to get the action restarted. Wonder what they enjoyed most about this match. It's a long way. Those boys would have traveled from western part of the country. Worrell. Abayomi George. And, well, he's given that away. Maybe thoughts of more changes. They've already made 2 Presentation College. Rest of the cast has been sent to warm up by that man. He's not satisfied, at least by the lack of goals he's seen. He's already changed his striker voice. Maybe St. Anthony's, though, can show them a thing or two about goal scoring. Belated whistle in a dangerous position for the Westmoreland Tigers.
Yeah, I think he would have been adjudged to committing the foul because of the extra force of the hand in the back. Hearing a lot of moans and groans at the spectators that are close to us, but I think that extra force in the back was enough to convince the official for that foul. It's in a dangerous position, James, and you would think St. Anthony's College, they'd be thinking smash and grab here as we close into the 65th minute. Lazarus has to be on his P's and Q's.
Oh, Castang says it's my ball. Wants sole possession of this. Presentation taking no chances, I tell you. Got more protection than the maximum security prison. 7 blue shirts in that wall. Fang must have some reputation. Can he get over Fort Knox? He does, but he hits it over the cuckoo's nest as well. Needed something special. Couldn't find it that time.
Yeah, just technique-wise, it was poor. Inside of the foot, always leading back. And there's only one place when the ball goes when you approach it and strike it that way, and that's over the bar. It's a difficult skill to get the ball up and down. I've said that many times, and it does require a certain level of execution, and that wasn't the type of execution needed.
I tell you, it takes the best of the best magicians to find that extra bit of magic from dead ball situations. So it's a specialist skill. Have you ever scored one?
From the head. It's not a dead ball, but it's a dead ball situation. But this league has been blessed with dead ball specialists. Of course, Chi Benny comes to mind, John Paul Rushford of QRC. I would even add Papi Emmanuel from Shiva Boys, just to name a few, who have lit up the SSFL with their dead ball execution. I might even go a bit further and add Justin Sadu to that. Of course, this season we've seen that man Kwashi from San Juan North. Both him and SSFL
Scored some beauties.
have shown that they have the capabilities from a dead ball situation.
Oh, we well past the hour mark. 68 minutes of action. Still no goals here between Presentation College and St. Anthony's.
Hey, Micah, ultima wide. Micah. Subes, Micah.
The Manny Ramjan Stadium, certainly one of 4 venues used in the 2001 Under 17 World Cup here in Trinidad and Tobago. Might look at it's been a venue that has hosted top matches over the years. One of the fan favorites, certainly the most popular in the southern region. Look at the far side, might see that area a bit empty. And that, of course, is due to the fact that it has been closed off due to security concerns. So the majority of the crowd shifted across to the uncovered section. Word on the street is that renovations will be starting soon to restore her to former beauty. So we need a beauty. Can anybody provide it? Presentation College are knocking. And, well, nobody home. St. Anthony's College try to find a way, but Presentation again on the attack. Well, that's a blistering bit of physicality, but he will settle for the corner.
That man in your picture there, Harewood, has done well at the back for St. Anthony's College. Centre half, but he's made up for that with his tenacity. And certainly his bite.
Barkley with the centre. And, well, it's found the head. All over the top of the crossbar. Both teams have just lacked quality in front of goals this afternoon.
Yeah, quality in front of goal, quality in the middle of the park to supply the ammunition in front of goal. A big Q word. Of course, our last broadcast at East Mokorapo versus Pleasantville Secondary Goal Fest. And we saw a tale of two halves. First half, all about East Mokorapo and some of the splendid goals that they scored. 6 of them. And in the second half, Pleasantville came to life. What a show that was. Goals on a Saturday, James.
Yeah, 13 goals we witnessed. I think I'll add that to the miracle list that I learned in Sunday school. Water into wine, loaves and fishes. 5 goals after being trailing by 8-0 in the 52nd minute. Pleasantville.
We did wonder if that would buoy Pleasantville going into the team that's in red hot form.
Still a lot of time, Brent.
Lightning striking twice.
Oh, we just need one to get this game alive. It could come here. Wow. The old banana peel. And a slip. And the moment is gone. He knows it.
Former national team defender Rudamfa Abubakar on the show recently, and he spoke to having the right equipment. And certainly there, that slip would suggest to me that Jacob Isaiah is not wearing the right equipment. What a time to slip. It felt like he only had the goal and the goalkeeper to answer to. And in that moment, as you rightfully said, James was gone.
Must be a Liverpool fan.
Steven Gerrard moment. This is better from Prez.
Oh, nice build-up play between the lines. And,
wrong choice.
Disappointing finish.
I'll take a look at it. You would think, well, seeing the fact that he's wearing metal studs, so you can't fault him, but you just wonder if the studs are of the right length. It's still very wet, the grass, and very firm underneath. But you still need the right length of pegging to be able to stand up, and Isaiah probably didn't have the right length of pegging, or else that might have been a completely different situation.
Well, the boys will take a bit of a water break as player down injured at the moment. Of course, in your halftime conversation, you did speak about the importance of having the right safety equipment at matches. And it's often been a question from spectators, from players and officials. Do matches at this level do enough to support player safety?
Yeah, I think so. I think the problem really is as you go down and out of this division, not necessarily down, but across in the women's side and down as it relates to the championship division. Because at the end of the day, it's a contact sport. Injuries do happen. And you're talking about young men and women. I think certainly for me on the women's side, the way that game has escalated and through the years have gotten better and better. The hope is that support that is necessary to make sure all is in place so that the girls can continue to improve is there. It is critical for the development of the sport.
Well, spoke about injury. Must have taken a tough knock there. Guess, of course, the argument from some teams and officials might be funding. How critical is that to ensuring that we've got the right equipment and safety and safeguarding players?
Yeah, I think it's extremely important, and that's what fundamental. This could be dangerous. Tell you what, James, that was a chance.
Perhaps the best chance for St. Anthony's College. Michael Lazarus knows how close that came.
He arrived there quite early, Miller. And a searching ball allowed to bounce in, deflected onwards. Look at Miller there. Just needed to be a little bit more composed when he got the chance. But yeah, we talk about funding, more so highlighting the fun into the women's side of the game. As I mentioned at halftime, this is a country that came a whisker away from qualifying for the World Cup. And not just because we can qualify for World Cups that you support it, but I think in terms of where this game is heading, the development of the young ladies, there are more teams that participate in this league. He's offside. There's a lot more female teams. I remember when I played, there were probably 4 or 5. Now you're talking about different zones. You're talking about a Premiership division, confirmation for substitution.
Oh, good luck pronouncing that name, Brent.
I was leaving it for you, James.
Hoxton Phonics wasn't a recipient of that program. Well, maybe he can put his name in headlights. And all this time, Lazarus is there. It's going to be difficult if he scores a goal, Brent. Got to prepare my tongue game for that.
Or becomes man of the match. Good luck to Hans.
Well, here's an easier name, Andel Fraser, finding a pocket of space.
It's a goal on the other end. Out of nothing, really.
Well, they've asked for it. The fans, that is. And Presentation College, they've delivered.
Yeah, it came out of nothing. And Clement was allowed to run onto the ball. And in a game where we've seen a lot of errant passing and lack of composure, Clement comes up with this gem. Despite the attempts of Germany Jackson, Clement gets passes his last man and taps it under Jackson for an outstanding finish, really. And all of a sudden, Presentation College have taken the lead.
Well, it had to be him, Clement. 8 goals for Presentation College this season. This time breaking the deadlock, giving them the advantage over St. Anthony's. Just hard to imagine that he's scored more than half the amount of goals his entire team has scored this season. They want more. And they will get the goal kick, no corner. So with the clock ticking down, the boys in blue, well, they've given themselves a nice cushion. Will there be a response? Well, not the type of response the coach will have been hoping for. Must have lost his compass. That one was headed due west. So as you might have seen a while earlier, Obadiah Aya de la Rochia is the substitute that would have come in.
I think that deserves a pay rise, James.
Certainly think so. Almost lost half my tongue pronouncing that name. Must ask him what it means.
And going back to corporate support for women's football. Of course, before I get into that, pass completion for Presentation College remaining the same at 67%, and it's dropped for St. Anthony's at 48%. Certainly Presentation has been the aggressor in this half at 58%. And it's obviously we've seen the game going in numbers. You're now seeing, of course, in England where the Women's Premier League has gone in numbers, not just in attendance, but from a commercial standpoint as well, where they've tripled the amount of sponsorship and support they've gotten for the game, television deals as well from that realm. And we look at the high viewership of the just completed Women's World Cup as another indicator of the growth and development of the sport. And right here in this region, of course, the CONCACAF Women's Gold Cup certainly has increased in terms of its support, both on and off the pitch. And everywhere you look, there are signs to women's football growing at a very rapid pace. And Trinidad and Tobago should be following suit, certainly from a commercial standpoint, because we're already seeing from a number standpoint that there are more girls participating in the sport and there are more girls teams participating in the league. And at that point, James, I have to give a salute to Stay Free and their support to the production of women's football right here on SportsMax. That is a big move. And we're hoping to see others. Hats off to Stay Free.
Always providing that support for women out to the game of football. Well, Ayadela Roshia gets a touch as he heads that out of play.
Just have to wonder at this stage if St. Anthony's have anything left in the locker. They've not really created clear-cut opportunities. You may argue that chance for Miller a couple minutes back, where does that sit in terms of opportunities? Not necessarily a clear-cut one, James, but they haven't really carved open this Presentation College team. We talked about how stingy they are defensively. And I just wonder if Coach Daniel is going to conjure up, and I think I'm going to get my answer here is 2 substitutions are being prepared.
Oh, we certainly hope the names are a lot easier. But I tell you, it's much easier to pick out our SportsMax moment. And you guessed it. It's the goal. Clement. One-man show. And a top performance to put that into the back of the net. Vaughn Clement. Wow, he can celebrate our SportsMax app moment. St. Anthony's will win yet another free kick as Fatima College continues to stretch the advantage. They now lead by 3-0 against Trinity. Well, his last attempt at goal was not subject to gravity. You'd hope to keep this one on frame this time around. Russell Francois will take aim at that goal. Just 3 in the wall this time, compared to the 7 last time he lined on up.
I think he's going for power.
Well, here's Francois, tries to go under, not this time. Oh, here's a more conventional name, Theobald coming in, replacing Thomas up top. And Adley replacing Miller. So the changes for St. Anthony's College. Well, more space opening up, and this time the flag signals that Clement has stayed in an offside position. Eight goals this season, putting him among the top goal scorers in this competition. Of course, Michael Shaves and Uber Samuel, together with Benedict's Malachi Webb, leading that with 11 apiece. And of course, that would have not included today's matches. Linda Sween would have also joined that club. As this player takes a tumble, Young. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Presentation College, the 2017 league champions, leading by 1-0 against St. Anthony's. Win for them would certainly take them above their northern neighbors. This one is allowed to bubble around as both teams battle for it. According to my statistics, if it proves it is correct, just 13 people bear the name in Trinidad and Tobago. Aya de la Rochia. And it is the 5,391,485th most common surname in the world.
There you go for stats. Trying to figure out where that fits in the pass completion and in the possession ranks.
Maybe goals as well, as they finally get this one away. It's good defending. George. Barkley goes all the way back to Cooper. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, they're in trouble. No foul as the St. Anthony's player was impeded. Crovador. Is George. Can they find a way through to perhaps get a second? Barkley. Good touch. Connecting the dots now. Presentation. Swag of confidence creeping in, and that one almost parted the red and white sea. Certainly risen in confidence since the goal presentation. Jacob, good touch, but he might be off, and there's confirmation. Flag signaling that Clement had just strayed. Well, here's Ayo de la Shia. Crovador. Well, can he get something? Maybe consolation. Just find a St. Anthony's head. Easy pickings for Kenny Lazarus.
Good save by Lazarus. Good safe hands. Maybe an easy selection for man of the match is probably Clement, the goal scorer. Breaking a deadlock.
Oh, that's the easiest. And it has been in selecting a man of the match. Clement running into traffic. Adley. Here's Cooper looking for assistance. Finds Clement. And, well, license and registration, please. So free kick for Presentation College. Germany Jackson directing traffic. Oh, that needed a better touch, and it will be a St. Anthony's throw. Worrell. just about keeping possession now as we straight into the 3 added minutes. Looking for support. Finds movement ahead of him. Well defended by Young. He's also been pretty outstanding in this match. Well, Ayadela Shia getting a talking to from Andrew Samuel. Hope he wasn't asking for his ID card. Or pronunciation guide for that matter. Of course, he might have been asking the more conventional if he was all right after bouncing into his own player.
We've seen all of that today. Of course, as you know, James, the game stops once there is a suspicion of head injury. Of course, the wider conversation about concussed players, and even the wider conversation of heading the ball and how that goes into different ailments after you play. The bottom line is a lot has been put into the medical side of the sport, which is always good news.
Has been conversations, particularly with youth players, or the amount of repetitions in terms of heading the ball and at what age really. Oh, that was loud. Almost 2 minutes into the 3 additional. St. Anthony's College still believing that there might be hope. Getting an equalizer. Presentation College, as it stands, set to separate themselves from St. Anthony's, who are just ahead of them. Oh, needed to be better. It wasn't. Maybe one final spark to close this match. Presentation College contented to keep ball. Run the clock down. Maybe even sneak in behind and get a second. Oh, that was close. Well, there'll be no more time to contemplate about this fixture. Andrew Samuels calls time on the match. Presentation College and their top goal scorer Clement scored his 8th of the campaign, getting them over the line. Cooper, well, he'll celebrate St. Anthony's College, contrasting pictures, because at the end of 90 minutes here at the Mani Ramjan Stadium, one team will walk away with 3 points, and that team will be Presentation College. Germany Jackson, beaten once, but once was enough as Presentation take this match 1-0 over St. Anthony's as the sun sets at this fixture at the tail end of the SSFL campaign 2023. It's time to look back at the pictures that we witnessed in the 90 minutes of this match. Presentation College, to be fair, the ones asking questions early. Germany Jackson called into action. Then there was some headed attempts just wide of the mark. St. Anthony's College, well, not much on the offensive end of the fixture. Start one, forcing Lazarus into a save, and then regulation catches on the other end. Later on in the first half, some hopes, some ifs, some maybes. Just a promise of the second half that might be brighter. It was Jacob. That one cleared off the line from Presentation College. And of course, he was very well involved in this fixture. Dancing with the Stars. That was the start of it. And look at that for a dink. Just over the top of Germany Jackson's goal. On the other end, St. Anthony's started to ask questions. Couldn't find solutions. Even when it came in their back pocket, somehow managed to scuff it. And then this happened. Magic. A la peanut butter jelly sandwiches. And there we go. Goalkeeper, defender disappearing. And so too the goalless scoreline. 1-0 to Presentation College. Had to be him, Clement. 8th goal of the campaign. Was there to be a response? Well, not the type that would get them on the score sheet. And at the end of 90 minutes, Andrew Samuel had seen enough as he blew time or called time on this contest. As the numbers will give us a further picture what took place. Just 3 shots in total in the first half. That was multiplied in the second. 6 for Presentation, 8 for St. Anthony's. Shots on target still really low in this match. More fouls though, 10 versus 4. And in terms of possession, Presentation College, well, a big improvement there. 60% in the second half to get them to that 1-0 scoreline. Hansi Wiens is standing by, and he's got the man who made us smile with that goal, Clement.
Well, James Saunders, you often say the one stat that matters is the goal stat. Von Clement, your one made the difference today. You are our man of the match, the 8th for the season. Are you eyeing that top goal scorer spot in the SSFL?
Well, I would love to win that trophy, but I have to continue working hard for me and for my team foremost.
All right, what is the focus of the team at this point?
Well, we would love to finish in the first seed of South, so our journey to the South Intercal final would be easier.
All right, tell us what went through your mind on attacking that goal.
Well, I saw the ball come to me. I just had to go past the defender and put it past the goalkeeper in order for us to win the game.
And there you have it. That you did. Von Clement, our SportsMax man of the match today. With the coaches, we have Brent Sancho.
Thank you very much, Hans. Of course, Coach, a disappointing result at the end of the day. A game of very few chances. Your assessment on the 90 minutes plus?
What I can say, the game was weak in attacks, which one opportunity arose, and I think Presentation capitalized on it. This is how the game does go sometimes.
I know that you've had some inconsistent results. Started slowly, picked up as things went along. Of course, the preparation must be towards finishing higher up the table and Intercal. What do you say to your charges at the end of this 90 minutes moving forward?
I think moving forward, I always try to motivate boys to keep focus, and which we will be doing, keeping focus going forward.
Well, as you look forward to what is ahead in terms of the players that you've had 1 or 2 injuries, your goalkeeper in particular suffering a horrendous injury, and you have to shuffle the pack a bit. Of course, numbers is key, fit numbers is key. How is the squad health-wise looking forward?
Well, the squad is coming along good because we have some depth, okay? So we will continue to progress with the boys, and I think we will be successful in the Intercal.
All the best in your next fixture against Arima North, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Coach, a 1-0 victory. As I said, a game of few chances. Your assessment of the 90 minutes plus?
Well, I think the first half was a bit erratic. Both teams were trying to go forward a bit too much. I think second half, though, we tried to put down the ball, play a little more patience, and better decision making in and around the box. And you saw Vaughan got a through ball there on top of the box, well played through the midfield. We won the ball, played into him, and, foot race. Goal, 1-0. We'll take it.
Well, you might be outside of the possibilities of winning this year's school football league, but of course, you turn to the Intercal very shortly. Is the preparation and focus now guided towards that? What is the mindset going into that competition with a few games left in this season?
Well, our problem is goal scoring. As you have seen, we have the least amount of goals scored on us. So going into the Intercal series, I think defensively we are okay. If we could notch a goal or two, I think we'll be in a good position to do well. But as you know, we are in the land of the giants, Naparima and Benedict, so it's very difficult to come out of South.
Well, I was about to ask you that with those two teams, St. Benedict's in particular, picking up at the end, of course, what do you think your chances are going in?
On this surface here, we have a very good chance. I don't think they want to meet us on this,
Well, all the best against Pleasantville in your next fixture and for the rest of the season. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Cooper from Presentation College, always a man that I love to hear speak, especially when he talks about the Lions. Now, Brent, we have fixtures coming up this Saturday, quite a few interesting ones. What do you make of them? What are the ones that we are looking forward to?
Well, if the results hold through with the fixtures that are going on currently now, it comes up to this one here. Fatima College needing a win or a draw to secure their first championship in 45 years for Fatima College. This is a massive game. Naparima College, of course, being defending champions at one point, being very successful over the last 5 years or so. The last thing you want to do at a school with that pedigree is to see a next team celebrate on your patch. So that's a big fixture.
So it is head on. It is going to be a fight come Saturday. Naparima College versus Fatima College, a north-south battle for the ages. Brent Sancho, we look forward to that because we're going to be bringing it to you live here on SportsMax. Now, we leave you with a full-time score for today. Presentation College, that one goal showed the Lions were the kings of the jungle over the Tigers. We leave you once again with some moments of today's matchup here at Maniram John Stadium.